You were in the closet with us, the Ange,
The
and the Hefe.
I don't like Hefe, no.
Hefe.
No. You're Hefe other places, but not in the closet. You're JMR. Period. Done. No more discussion. Hefe's for your league. Let them have it.
King.
That's for your league, too.
They're just nicknames.
You're JMR to me, so you can refer to yourself whatever you want to.
That works.
It's fine. Okay, cool.
So,
Must be nice to have, like, so many nicknames.
they're aliases.
I don't have one single alias.
You do.
What?
I give you one in your cup every night.
You do. I don't know if y'all have been following that, but he labels my cup every night. Started out as kind of just something funny, like he gave me my cup and it said like gorgeous on it or something. I was like, "Aw," and I like posted it, and then like the next night it was like just an A, and that's kind of where it all started. I was like, "Oh, I go from gorgeous to just A on my cup."
So now we're going months, and it's kind of like when you freaking you've been married 4 years and you've never done the laundry, and then one day you go in and you're like, I'm going to do the laundry today. And then all of a sudden you do the laundry from that point on in your life. It's kind of like that.
It's kind of a thing. And like Maddie's friend came over and she was like, I can't wait to see every night on Snapchat what her cup's going to say. So people want to see what you're going to say. You better be keeping track.
I've got to keep.
Because
I'm
use
going
one.
to.
I'll throw my
It's
drink
going
at you. I'll be like, you've already called me gorgeous. You can't call me that again.
It's going to happen.
You are. You're going to double dip.
I did it last night. I was right there and I was getting ready to write on it. I was like, I think I've used this one.
I forgot what last night's was.
I think it was, what
Hang
was
on.
it?
It's right here.
Sugar lips.
Sugar lips. Yeah. Yeah.
Sugar lips, sugar hips, sugar
Right.
tits.
There's you need to be
There's all
making
kinds.
you need to be making a running list so you can just scroll through. Like make a list that you've already done and make a list as you're going through the day that you could use.
This is turning into a project.
Hey, I'm a project.
A big
I'm low
project.
maintenance. I don't cost you a dime very often.
True, I'll come up with names.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It makes me feel special.
Good. If you feel special, it's gotta be something.
And you never know. Maybe you'll find one that sticks, and that's what you call me all the time. It's an advantage. Because don't you want to find something that you call me that no one else calls me? Like no one else calls me, and if they call me that, you're going to get red-eyed, your chest is going to start burning, and you're going to grow some horns in your head because that is the thing that you call me. I had that, and it's gone. That's why I'm JMR. So let me tell you right now, anybody that calls him JMR, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Guns a-blazing, and I will knock you out.
Oh,
There, I put it on the line.
You got so worked up.
I know.
You knocked the mic loose. We lost the mic.
I know. I'm going to calm down. What do you have to talk about tonight?
The Dalai Lama is in the house. Not
Oh,
really.
wow. I was going to say.
Not really. But he's going to teach us 10 life-changing lessons. 10 life-changing lessons from the Dalai Lama.
All right, let's go. Shoot.
Number 1, nothing is permanent. What do you think about that?
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think there are a lot of things that are permanent. You mean
Okay,
there are a lot of things that are permanent.
there are a lot of things that are permanent,
Right.
but not always your situation.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I think it's just, not to nitpick it, maybe, I don't know what he means.
I mean,
It
is
looks
it
so
like
serious.
this too shall pass? I mean, that I get.
Yeah, I think
but
it's
there are
this
some
too
things
shall
that are
pass.
permanent. I mean, you have kids, that's kind of a permanent thing. I mean, I guess until you die, so I guess it's really not permanent. But, gosh, permanent marker's permanent. Have you tried to get permanent marker out of anything?
It's hard, man.
It's
I know
not
that
coming
they're
out.
on
It's not coming out. It's not coming
oh,
out.
come on. You can't get on Pinterest and find something to get that out.
Maybe. Maybe the dolly has something, okay?
But even if your situation's bad, it's not permanent.
It might be.
Even if it's good, it's not
It
permanent.
might be. I mean, if you're in prison, I mean, I guess you're going to die at some point. Is he talking about until death? Because death is out of everything. Death is the out of everything. So maybe not literally permanent, meaning when you die, it's going to end. But on Earth, some situations could be permanent. If you're in prison for life, that's permanent. That's not changing more than likely.
We need a fixed definition of permanent.
I know, and it's a weird word. If we keep saying it, it's just a weird word. Like, I would like to think that some relationships are permanent. Like, if it's a good one, like, I'd like to think our marriage is permanent till death does us part.
And then we get to get to do our thing. Like,
Then,
we get
well,
to run free in the heavens.
I feel like that our contract is over.
I agree.
We can renegotiate. And if I see you up in heaven and you get there before me or I get there before you, I mean, we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll have a
I
conversation.
mean, you probably won't be jealous. I mean, I'll be the gaggle of ladies. Like a bunch of angels.
And I'm going to
just hanging around
have a
me.
bunch of guys licking their lips behind me just like they do in the gym. Weirdo. He was there again today, by the way. Did not get lips licked, but...
Oh, he just didn't get the right time. His timing was off.
Yeah, I mean, I say we mingle around. We stay single, we mingle, and then we might just hook up in heaven, or we might get back together in heaven.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
Hopefully we'll at least have some fun on the side together.
I mean, we'll be friends.
Maybe even a side piece in heaven.
I could be. I would like to be. That would be fun.
That'd be different.
That would be
angle.
different.
We wouldn't have to even role play it. It'd just be like a side piece.
Right. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Do you have to commit in heaven? Is it going to be like...
I don't know. I've never been. I don't know anybody. I've not talked to anybody that has gone to heaven and come back. So if I come across somebody, I'll ask them how relationships work there.
Yeah, I want to know if they still go by the Bible.
Well, I mean, I probably pretty much think they do. But again, I do not know this for the facts. But anyway, can we just agree that we understand that most things are not permanent? I really think that if we sat here long enough, we could think of some other things that are permanent.
While you're on Earth,
while you're on Earth, while you're alive and breathing.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that aren't permanent.
Right.
Yeah, but there are things that are permanent. If you chop my arm off right now, that's a pretty permanent situation.
I mean, you could get a prosthetic.
But it permanently will be without my arm.
See?
Right.
Okay. All right.
If you chop my dong off.
Okay.
Permanent.
All right.
That's
hey,
permanent. That is freaking permanent.
Don't make me do anything that I need to do that about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll go Lorena Bobbitt on your...
Lorena. You know what, though? This reminds me of,
dong.
like, when we got into the, relationship part and the not relationship really, but how bad or how good your situation is. In a book that I'm reading.
Oh, dear Lord. One of the 522
Actually,
books
this is a book I'm listening to. Very good book. The title of this book is Everything is Fucked.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's one chapter.
That sounds like a great book to read.
It really is. It's better than it sounds.
I'd hope so.
It's a very good book. I mean, pretty good. It's interesting. But they talk about in it, like, they talk about how our brains work. Like, and how nothing is ever like our brains adapt, which it makes sense when you think about it, but you never really think about it. Like it talks about these experiments they've done, like they did. We're trying to figure out, like in the 80s, psychologists were finally trying to figure out what makes people happy and what are happy people doing. So they did a study where they gave everybody pagers, right? Because back in the day, everybody had pagers. They
like beepers.
Beepers. Thousands of people pagers, and if they got a beep, they had to do two things. They had to write down on a scale of 1 to 10 how happy they were, and then they had to write down what was going on in their life.
Okay.
And the results came back, and almost all the time, everybody was at 7. Everybody.
Really?
Always at 7. Nobody was ever happiest 10. And except for in those situations where people said they'd had a loss in their life, or a kid lost a leg, or whatever it might be, the parent said, I'm at a 3, at that time when the beep went off. For a while.
Your kid loses a leg, you're at a 3? Dang, girl.
But then went back. I'm giving an example.
I mean, if a kid loses a leg, I'd be at is there a minus 12?
Listen, I don't know. I don't even know if that's the right number. All I'm saying is I'm going to a 3. I'll go to a negative 2 if that makes you happy. I did read the whole thing. I'm loving it. But I can't remember it word for word. All I'm doing is I'm giving you an example that even when you went to a negative 2 because of that situation, within months, it's back up to a 7. But nobody gets to a 10 because... And they proved this with several different theories, and it makes sense, is because our mind, we're built to deal with adversity and pain, and that's what makes us run at full speed. That might be the best way to put it. But what it says is, no matter what your situation, if you make it better, your mind recalibrates. Okay, Your mind recalibrates and finds issues that you have to struggle with. I got an example for you.
Please, I need one.
You ready for this?
Because I'm about ready to give you an example. But go ahead. Yes, I'm ready for it. Shoot.
Here we go. Remember when we used to go to the store every Saturday, one of us or both of us, and spend an hour and a half shopping, and then we realized we got that new technology that we could pick up
It's amazing.
We could just go over and pull in and pick them up, right?
So amazing.
So for the first month, we were unloading that stuff, weren't worrying about it, no big deal. And then this weekend when I was doing it, I was in there cussing because I'm like, why the heck do they put one thing in one bag? Now I've found a new pain to complain about in that situation, which before, with the first month, I was like, they could put everything in one bag.
Right.
I didn't have to go in that freaking store.
Exactly.
But our minds just recalibrate, just like financial situations. You say if you get this much money, you're going to be that much happier. But then you get there, and there's all these new issues you come up with to struggle for that keeps you just can't
I guess that makes sense.
You can be a 7, you might be an 8, but man, no, you can't always be a 10 living in the world we live in with the minds developed the way they're developed.
You could be a 10, but you mean be a 10 and stay a 10.
Right.
Permanently.
Right. On average is what I'm saying.
Because I thought I had a point, and then you said all that, and I started thinking, and I guess maybe that's true. Because I was going to say, if you would have asked me when we were at the beach on vacation, if I was 1 or 10 happy, most of the days I'm going to say a 10. So are you saying if I move to the beach, because that's very much where I want to be, obviously, we say it all the time, eventually I'll be back to a 7?
Yes. I'm not saying you'll be unhappy. You may be a 10 about where you live. You might say, this is my 10 for where I want to live.
Things happen in life.
But right, that's my point, though. Okay, so when we were at the beach, there were days, I can tell you for fact, if you would have got a beep, and it would have been like, and you'd have had to say where you were on happiness, there would have been a few that would have been below 7.
No, I don't think so, because I was at the beach. I didn't even care. Even when we dealt with all that craziness, at the end of the day, I still am at the ocean.
Right. At the end of the day, but you have to be honest about right at the moment.
Wow.
Right at the moment you get that beep, you've got to say, I'm happy right now. Not, I will be okay.
But I mean, we're human beings. You can't possibly be happy all the time. And
That's
you
my point.
can't possibly be unhappy all the time.
That's my point.
Okay, so
let's move on.
Okay, great.
That didn't even have to do with
everything's not
thing.
permanent. It kind of does.
It does. You're right.
It kind of
does. Everything's not permanent. Don't get your expectations out of whack.
All right.
That's a quote from me, not the Dalai Lama.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get your expectations out of whack. All right, number 2. Smile if you want to smile from another face.
That is so true. If you smile at somebody and they don't smile back, it's happened to me. It goes through me, though. It goes through me. Does it not? When you smile at somebody and they don't smile back?
You feel rejected.
If I look up and I'm in the
really
worst
rejected.
mood and somebody smiles at me, and automatically I'll smile.
That's true. It does. It's like a reflex, right?
I almost want to go Larry David on them. If you don't know what I mean and you don't watch Larry David, that probably doesn't make sense. But
watch it. It's a good show.
Confront them like right then and there. I just smiled at you. What's wrong with you? Are you sad? Are you having a bad day? Like, I literally just smiled at you.
They probably are.
Back. Well, I know, but even if I'm having a bad day and somebody smiles, I generally smile back. Unless I don't care for the person.
You have a real problem not smiling.
I know. You're hilarious. I like that one. Read that one again.
Smile if you want a smile from another face.
Yeah. So that's true.
That's number 2.
I mean, if you're wanting to talk to somebody, dudes, and like, here you go. I'm going to equate this to you. And Mr. I lick my lips in the gym at women, if you're listening to this, here's what you do. Instead of, if you want to talk to a girl, if you want to approach her, if you think she's cute and you might want to talk to her, instead of walking up to her and licking your lips and looking her up and down, just look her dead in the face and smile at her. That's going to get her. Because I'm going to smile back, and then I'm going to be like, that looks like a nice guy. I'm not going to talk to him. Obviously, I'm taken. But I'm just saying, like, if I were single, I'd be like, he smiled at me. And I'll remember that, especially if it's a good smile.
That's true.
Now, if you got meth mouth, I don't think you should do that. Let's just not smile.
Let's practice that smile with our mouth shut.
Right. Okay. What's number 3?
Number 3, love and compassion are the pillars of world peace. I don't think we have to say world peace because that makes it way too broad. Love
the pillars
are the pillars.
So it holds
it up.
Everything up. Love and compassion. Listen.
Love and compassion.
I think compassion is huge. I think if you can have compassion with people, that's a wonderful trait to have because not everybody can be.
It's huge.
Everybody's so judgy and...
Yeah, to be compassionate for people in their situations, regardless of what
Yes.
what your situation is.
Yes.
I think that's enormous.
I agree. Okay, so I like that one. All right, let's move on.
Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to achieve it. That gets a little deep, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Judge your success by what you had to give. Like I immediately think of that person who has riches and wealth and worked like sick hours, like was gone when the kids woke up,
and lost a lot
and
of
then
time
they
with the
weren't
family.
home. So they're successful. They got the boats, they got the car, they got the house, but they need to judge their success not on what they have, but what they gave up to get it.
Right.
So they gave up these great memories and
Right.
relationships with either their wife. Maybe, a lot of successful people lose their spouses because
they work too much and they're always gone.
they
on
work
business
too much,
trips
and it's justified because people say, I do it for the family, right?
right.
It's very common. And it's the way a lot of us were raised. It's like you do it for the family
Right.
so that you can have more, but having more,
It doesn't always give you a 10 on that scale all the time.
that's right.
Yeah.
And you're losing for yourself a lot of the times because
Yeah.
you're not going to, people say it all the time, you're not going to,
Yeah.
you're laying on your deathbed being happy that you work, bragging about how you work till you're 9:45.
Yeah, you're going to miss out on your relationships. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be like a balance,
Right.
so.
Work-life balance.
What's that? Anyway, you do a pretty good job. You do a pretty
I
good
do
job.
a good job now. I didn't always do a good
No, you
job.
didn't,
I
because-
really learned the lesson the hard way.
Well, because you had a job back in the past where it was hard because, you were in real estate for a long time, then you owned your own insurance agency, so you had a lot on your shoulders. But now you have still insurance, but a somewhat normal job that you can go in. You sometimes come home and do emails, but you don't let the stress, you don't bring the stress of the job home.
No,
with
I
you.
try to get anything stressful done while I'm there. I think
Yeah.
that's one thing you learn when you get older, hopefully, is that you prioritize and you're like, okay, what do I got to get done today to leave?
Yeah.
And when I leave, I don't have to think about it again. That's
Right.
the problem that I used to have, is I just would do what I need
Yeah.
to do and really probably wasted a lot more time than I thought.
Yeah. My job is like, I bring things home, but it's not stressful. It's not stressful at all. I do not have a stressful job. I have a tiring job. I'm tired and it wears me out sometimes, but it is not one bit stressful other than if I need to build up my clientele or something. But I work at home. I'm sitting at 9 o'clock doing social media posts and responding to texts, but it's not stressful. It's not as stressful that I can't put it down and like take care of something with the kids or like let it affect my mood. My job does not affect my mood unless other than just it makes me happy because I get to do what I like to do.
Right.
Where in the past when I was a paralegal, even though I didn't bring work home with me often, I often brought the stress of the work home with me because being a paralegal it can be a really stressful job.
Well, yeah, you have a lot of
And
responsibility.
I wasn't good at turning it off. I wasn't good at walking out the door saying, okay, this situation will be here at my desk for me tomorrow. I got to go home and be with my family. I did not always do that. I could not always do that because I would worry.
Right.
Yeah, I'd worry if my bosses were going to be mad or something like that. With the job I have now, I do not have 1 ounce of I would call stress. Like I said, other than just exhaustion some days.
Yeah, you get exhausted.
You know what I mean? But it's
you
nothing
get-
that affects really my mood other than
Right.
just being tired, so that's good. But yeah, I like that one. Anyway.
I like this one. Number 5. Once a year, go someplace you've never been before.
Ooh.
It's kind of a cool rule.
Once a year, go someplace you've never been before.
Exactly.
You know what?
Once a year.
This year, you know what?
What?
I would like to go to Vegas. I would like to go. I know you've been, but it's my turn. I would like to go, and you can go with me if you want to. But you don't have to. I'll find somebody else if they want.
I'd like to go.
Anybody hasn't gone to Vegas that wants to go? Let's go. Is that what you mean?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Vegas, baby. Let's
I
go
do.
to
I want to
Vegas.
go one time.
I wanna
Because
go
you
with
said a
you.
long time ago,
I was having fun when I went last time. It was weak.
It doesn't matter. You still went and you still saw and you still did.
My point is, I want to go again when I can have fun.
Okay, well, let's go. We already talked about this last weekend with some friends. We're
Yeah,
all
yeah,
in.
Yeah. So, there's some advice. It's good. Go someplace you've never been before. It's good for you. It's good mentally. It's
Yeah,
nice
even
to
if it's not-
experience new things.
Well, even if it's not, what's my word I'm trying
Exotic.
to say? Exotic or extravagant and far. It could be in your own state. It could be an hour away. Like, I've never been to, where am I thinking? Where you can zip line and do it's not Fairmont.
Fayetteville?
Fayetteville. I've never been to Fayetteville. It's like, what, an hour and something away?
Yeah, you just go up there. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm available this weekend.
Okay.
I'm available.
Awesome. That'd be fun.
See how easy I am? I just make myself available for you.
Yes.
But I do like that. That is a great rule that I think that we should adopt and live
Let's
by.
put that in there. Let's put it on a board. Like, this year we're going here.
And put a pin like your sister does. Like, you get a little map
like
of the
that.
world. I mean, I'll start with the United States because I'm a realist.
That's
so
good.
get a map of the United
States.
States.
Try to keep it within driving distance.
Okay, so we'll get a map of West Virginia, and we'll get a map of Kanawha County. You know what I'm saying?
Bite.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and just stick a pin in it when we've been there.
Yeah, stick a pin
I
in it.
like it.
Isn't that great?
This is a perfect wall for it right here.
Yeah,
It would look pretty bad.
let's figure it out.
What?
Let's figure it out.
All right.
Okay.
I got excited about that one.
Number 6, you have to start giving first and expect absolutely nothing.
Ooh, that's hard.
That's it right there. That's the tough thing to do. But man, to be genuine, whether it be in not just giving financially, but in your time and your efforts, and not expecting anything in return. You know
Yes.
those people.
Not even a thank you card. Don't get me on my high horse. We've
Oh,
already
boy.
talked about it. If you're going to give a gift, don't expect anything in return. Not another gift, and not even a freaking thank you card. You don't need it. Why do you need thanked? I mean, we appreciate it.
That's why they give the gift. Some things are backwards. Some things, and some people do things differently because they need something,
Yes.
right? But this is a good lesson. If we can somehow discipline ourselves in life to get to a point where we literally do things for people with no agenda.
Yes.
We literally do things for people expecting nothing in return. No favor, no
Right.
payback. No, I'm going to help him move because I know I'm going to move next year and he's going to help me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Is I'm going to go help him move.
We may have been guilty of that.
And we have people in our life like that have helped us and have done things for us, and you never ever have to think. They're not going to ask for anything. There's very few people like that. I mean,
Right.
Chaz did that for us when we stayed here for our dog. He
Right.
didn't ask for anything.
No.
He didn't want anything. He didn't make us feel. He just said, "Know your house is in great hands, and you don't have to worry about anything. Have a great vacation."
Right.
It was so nice. It's hard to really,
I agree with that, though. So many times people give things because in the back of their mind, they're going to be like, they're going to remember this when I need something. And some people don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I've never given anybody anything thinking, oh, they'll be there when you know what I'm saying? But I think we're all guilty of it. We've all done it. But
I think our culture stresses that you be that way in business, and in you're taught to go network, you're taught to go do things, you're taught to go meet people and mingle. You want to build a relationship with a certain type of person,
Right.
because you want something from that person.
Right. I agree.
Number 7, remembering that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And I want to teach my kids that. There's reasoning. He's actually an intelligent person because
He's the
it's
freaking
true.
Dalai Lama.
It's
of course
true.
He's intelligent.
I mean,
He meditates all day long.
meditates. How do you meditate?
It's the new form of meditation.
Meditate.
Meditate.
Meditate. Anyway, sometimes you need the storm for the rainbow. That's a quote of some sort. I just
Profound.
botched it up.
I like it.
No, it's not profound. Somebody said it in a more elegant way, but it was saying, like, sometimes you got to go through the storm in order to get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grass and trees and flowers won't grow without a little bit of rain. You won't grow as a person without a little bit of turmoil, without a little bit of struggle, without a little bit of, whatever. What was the actual word you said?
Oh, not getting what you want.
Not getting what you want.
Right. I mean,
Right.
it goes back to the first when I was talking about that book. They got into that in that chapter. It's like he gave the example of working out. What do you do when you work out if you want to grow your muscles?
I don't know anything about it.
You hurt yourself, right?
Well, yeah.
You hurt yourself. You're going to be sore. It's going to suck,
Right.
right?
Right.
What if you just stay home? What if you stay home and you don't take care of yourself? You break down. You
Right.
die. You get disease. So we, for some reason, think in this world that we shouldn't have to struggle or have pain, but actually everything that brings us success or progress stems from
A little bit of pain.
A little bit of pain or not getting our way, right? If we
Right.
got our way, if I would have got my way on all the plans I've made, we'd have
What's that going to teach you?
been a whole bunch of crap because I didn't know where I was steering the ship all the time.
Well,
I just
yeah.
thought I did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, yeah, the pain, the suffering, maybe not suffering, but
You've
the
got to go
pains you
through
go
it.
through in life. It's okay to go through it.
But I like the quote, remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck.
We need to teach that to our children.
We do.
They need to know that because they just...
Because you're going to go through that in life. You're going to go through so many times where you just don't get what you want.
Right. And Maddie's about to come up on that. She's about to experience this going to college here in a couple weeks. And we're not there all the time to, I don't think we always make her life super comfortable, but we do. She's comfortable. And she's going to get out there on her own and she's going to really, really, really experience it. Like today, she was filling out an application for someplace online to work. And she was texting me, and it is the funniest thing. She was trying to fill it out on her phone online, and she was getting frustrated because things weren't working for her. And she was texting me, trying to get me to fix it while I was in the car. Now I was driving. I didn't have it in front of me, so I didn't know how to tell her. But she was going on and on. I'm trying to read here. She was like, I'm getting annoyed. It won't let me continue. I give up. I guess I'll do it another day. I just want a paper copy. Who invented online applications? It's stupid. Like, this is dumb. And I was like, and she said, it won't let me continue from work, an education page. And it's like 4 out of 12 pages. I wish I could just go up there and fill out an application instead of complete this complicated stuff. This just stressed me out for no reason. Now I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah. So that's epic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
She said, "Can you tell your?"
Quintessential.
Because I have a friend that has an N at Starbucks. She was like, "Can you just tell your friend to call them and tell them or something?" I mean, I said no. I said, "Welcome to life as an adult," and that's the last thing I said to her. And it's
Well, that's
true.
what she
Welcome to
needs
life
to
as an
hear.
adult.
Yeah,
I'm not
she
going to
needs
fix
to
it
hear.
for you.
No, you can't fix it
I
for
told my friend maybe she can give her a good word. I mean, that
Oh,
I'll
heck
do.
yeah, you want to get help
but
that
I am
way, but you
not
don't-
doing the process for her, and I'm not going to make it easy because that's not life.
No.
She's throwing a fit because I get it. I've tried to fill out things online too, and it is frustrating. But guess what? I couldn't call my mom and have her fix it for me.
Right.
She has other things to do. You're an adult. Figure it the freak out. All right. Sorry. I got off on a little tangent.
Just a little.
I do it every once in a while.
It happens.
Okay.
Number 8. Kindness is the key to peace and harmony in family life.
Kindness
is the key to peace and harmony in family life.
Yes.
So basically,
Can we blow that up and put it as a quote
Kindness.
on our chalkboard wall that you have not made for me yet?
everybody be kind.
Can we? Do
Yeah.
you know that chalkboard
Yes.
wall you said you
Yes.
were going to paint
When
like...
you get the paint, I'll put it up.
No, I don't get paint. That's
You
your
need
job.
to remind me when
I
to
don't
get
get
the
paint.
I won't think
I'm
about
reminding
it
you
until
right now.
Tell me. I
I
won't
tell
remember.
you a lot.
And once we get to the next point, I'm not going to remember.
Oh, you're asking me to tell. You've asked for it now.
I
But
have.
anyway, in all seriousness, if I do get my
Like
chalkboard
we're not
wall,
being right now. We're not being kind.
I am being kind. I'm being kind. I'm just saying, like you told me you would paint it, and you haven't. And we've been here for over a year, and you know that every house we have has a chalkboard wall.
Hey.
Every
you're
single
right.
one except this
Hey.
one. And we found the quote that we would write on there. Kindness is the key to peace and harmony in family life. And then you're going to draw that picture of the Dalai Lama right like that.
What's he holding in his hand?
I'm not going to disrespect him like that. I don't know. But that's a great
Anyway,
quote.
it's a good quote.
Yeah.
If everybody be kind instead
It'd
of
be
snippy with each other.
so much
and
better. I'd have
on
to.
edge.
Do I have to abide by that too?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
All right. You know what? They messed up on this. They said 10.
Yeah.
But there's only 9 because it goes from number 8
Yeah.
to number 10.
Well, maybe number 9 was something he was like, never mind, take that out.
He
And they
probably
forgot.
didn't approve the
His
slide.
secretary forgot to renumber the slides, and she's now looking for a job. But okay, so what's the last
this
one?
is now 9.
It says 10.
I know, but it's really 9.
It's the last one.
It's the last one.
Is it-
And it's very simple.
Is
and
it good?
silly.
Your son was FaceTiming you.
The
All right.
purpose of our lives is to be happy.
It's more of a statement.
That one's that one is like a.
That's a throw in, I think.
Yeah,
I
I think
thought
he was
on
tired.
number 10, and he just threw it in there.
He's like, crap, I'm only on number 8. Skip number 9. We're blaming it on the secretary. Let's go to number 10. I'm just going to throw this in there because I need a glass of wine and I'm going to bed. That's what he said.
The purpose of our lives is to be happy.
I don't, I mean, I think it would, yeah, I mean,
That'd be nice.
it'd be nice, but I don't know if it's the purpose, I guess.
You know what? There you go. 9 life-changing lessons from the Dalai Lama.
He had 10, but
He said 10.
pooped out. But
it
you know.
wasn't 10.
Well, I mean, he's old.
He's
he,
older.
He forgets.
And it wasn't him. It
He
was
forgets.
mindset therapy or something. So.
You don't think he said any of those?
Oh, he said them. They're just
Reposting them.
Oh.
They're taking
You
them
don't
out
think
of
the Dolly has his
they're
IG
taking them out of
out?
a scroll that he had written.
He doesn't have his IG out and
I'm
posting them?
I'm highly doubting that he has an IG.
Oh.
That would not keep you peaceful.
No. That's true. It can bring some unhappiness and some strife in your life.
Yes, it can.
Anyway, that was a good one. I really like it.
Turned out better than you
JMR.
thought. All right, we're done.
All right.
Good night.
Till next time.